Welcome back, Chiefs Kingdom. This is the RGR Football Channel. Today we have one more and another line of film rooms for you because this was a master class by Andy Reid. Everybody up front, EB, everyone doing their job and just executing a phenomenal game plan for Nick Bosa as well as the offense in general. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Please make sure you're subbed to the RGR channel. Really helps us out. Getting us out there and to more Chiefs fans is always what we want to do. We teach you about the game, and that's what I'm about to do right now. We're going to learn all about what the Chiefs did to Nick Bosa and how they attacked one of, if not the best defenses in the NFL. If you hit that like, they really help us out too. So go ahead and do that real quick while we get into this film, because I got to tell you, when you watch this game start to finish, I pretty much took out that first couple of minutes where the 49ers went up 10-0. And then we get into things like this. The Chiefs come out, 13 personnel. And again, you already see Nick Bosa kind of not understanding where he's going and having to make some indecision. Early on in the game, he was having his way. He was getting pressure. And then the Chiefs started to do a bunch of different things to him. And like I said, they came out here in 13 personnel and they attacked Nick Bosa first. So you have two tight ends already with attention on Nick Bosa. All right. Jody Fortson's just going to give him a little shove, and then you're going to have both Andrew Wiley and Noah Gray attention all on Nick Bosa. So we're not going to even let you get there. Not only are we going to do that, we're going to sprint. We're going to boot Mahomes out to the left. We're going to have McKinnon block, chop 58, and then on the front side of the play, they're going to run a two-man route concept with a backside dig from Jody Fortson. So this is just going to be Hardman motioning into a stack formation. Travis Kelce's going to come up like he always does, run his little out route. And then McCole Hardman from here is going to run a corner, okay? And Mahomes, being Mahomes, understands where the defense is going to guard Travis Kelce because he already ate him up on a little bit of out route slash a hitch route earlier in the game. And he's going to do a great job of hitting McCole Hardman on the inside. Ball location is important. I heard Dan Orlovsky talk about this, and I love the way he mentioned it. Accuracy is getting the football to your receiver on time. That's great. Ball placement allows things like this to happen. Mahomes is moving to his left, stops pretty much on dime, drags that foot so he can get the power he needs to and all that torque to throw this ball as McCole Hardman is coming out of his break still. He hits him on the back shoulder where there isn't anybody. He does a great job making the catch, knowing he's going to get hit because you've got guys driving on the ball. Really great job from everyone on this play. Again, realizing the defense is focusing on Travis Kelce. You have the boot action to sprint out, and then, again, stop on a dime, throw it, and McCole Hardman makes a great catch on that corner route, away from his body, brings it in, doesn't fumble, completes the process of a catch. Great play and a great understanding, again, of attacking Nick Bosa and running away from him and doing a lot of different things. Here's the same exact formation we just saw, but it's already condensed to the split of the stack side, okay? You already have the stack, okay? So the Chiefs come out, again, in 13 personnel, and they attack Nick Bosa, and they attack little bit different way. Now they're going to motion Noah Gray from left to right, and this creates problems. He's not blocking this time, and then you have a 3-on-2 on the right side. They get a nice little first down on second down from Noah Gray. Lots of things to see here. So again, the motion says, okay, so we're not blocking this side, but you might end up getting blocked, Nick. He could get blocked here. Obviously, by the time he gets all the way across, he knows he's not being blocked. And what do? They sprint out. They don't block Nick Bosa first. They send Clyde right here, and he does a great job of taking away his legs. Boom. Now Patrick Mahomes has time to get it to Noah Gray. But what's the formation? Like, what are they running out of this, okay? They ran pretty much the exact same thing. This time with a little added wrinkle. Right here. All right, so Hardman run that corner route. You're going to have Gray run that out route that Travis Kelce ran with Hardman last time. But this time they're going to run Travis Kelce away on a dig route to the opposite side of the field. You got Jody Fortson doing the exact same thing on the opposite side. So you can really be multiple with the way you attack defenses when you have a multitude of 13 personnel and you're executing really, really well. And you're getting this chop block right here from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A really good job executing up front. They had Travis Kelce on this backside over route. unfortunately, as the play unfolds, Nick Bosa is too fast, and the first read is this right-hand side out route paired with the corner route. As you can see, they have this covered this time, but they don't have the out route covered because it's 3-man rotation now. It's 3 men to the side, and it forces, like I said, that 3-on-2, and then you have to carry. You have to carry Mecole Hardman because of what Mahomes did on that previous play to set up the touchdown earlier. You have to carry him, and that forces a little bit of indecision. He gets it to Noah Gray for a first down. Again, all of this manipulating Nick Bosa and then executing the play from there on out is what really allowed them to be explosive in the short to intermediate passing game, and set up a ton of stuff later in this game. Once again, here's Nick Bosa. They're going to attack him, okay? They're going to attack him in a completely different way. They set this play up with so many motions for jet sweeps, and they use, again, the aggressiveness of San Francisco's front against them. Both 98 and Nick Bosa get upfield quickly. But what does this do? Well, it allows them to not have to block these guys. They just don't block them. So you're going to have tight end out blocking. Look again, 13 personnel. You're a little surprised. I've been telling you about it, and they're finally using 13 personnel. But you get Angel Welly out on a block. You're going to get Trey Smith out here too. And obviously, this is just going to be a great job of Mecole Hardman slowing down. Read your blocks. And again, guys, they did such a good job blocking down the field. Jody Fortson blocking. You've got, Andrew Wiley, Trey Smith blocking Fred Warner here. And then it just comes down to reading and being patient. Then the explosion comes in. This is really what I like to see, because I think that Dre Greenlaw had a chance to maybe make this play if he's not, being spun around by Noah Gray out here. You're going to see, by Fortson first. Right here. I think he almost has a chance to make this play. But right in here, Mecole Hardman's just going to be, whoop, bye. Uses that acceleration, makes Hufanga miss, and then boom, he's in the end zone. Follow your blocks. Follow the blocks. Be patient. Use that jet sweep motion. They didn't even know where the ball was. Look, both of them thought it was over here with Clyde. They were like, we're going to run down here and get this ball. Nope, it's already past you on the opposite side. Mitch Schwartz was talking about it. When you have so many different looks coming at you, it's hard to be prepared. You start being, you start getting indecisive. And even as a guy who's so good as Nick Bosa, you're a really aggressive player, and the Chiefs took advantage of it. Again, here we are. 13 personnel. More 13 personnel, guys. I'm loving the 13 personnel. I'm so happy. They scored touchdowns out of it all, and they scored big plays. This is a very simple play. All it is, they're going to motion, Noah Gray into this formation once again that they used earlier for a play to Noah Gray. And then they had Travis Kelce on that backside dig. You guys remember that was leaking out to the backside? You remember that? You remember all of that? My light apparently died behind me. Whatever. They used all that to set up this gigantic just outside zone. That's all it is. It's an outside zone. They let Nick Bosa get upfield again because all of it looks the same. They're using a lot of the same formations, the same plays, the same motions, the same looks. And all it is, we know you're coming up here. We're just going to run outside zone. That's all we're going to do. It's simple. It was executed brilliantly. And again, when you have all of this motion and this movement, and when you have plays that are successful and a defense sees that they're successful, and you can run different plays out of the same formations, that's the key here. The big key that the Chiefs were able to execute against the 49ers, attacking Nick Bosa and coming back with the same personnel, the same formations, the same motions. They use different plays out of them. When you can do that, you're truly an unpredictable and an unstoppable offense. And this is one of those reasons why. 13 personnel, we talk about it early. Outside zone. He's got no one in front of his way. Hufanga comes in, but he's already up to speed, and he can make him miss. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Look at the box count. We'll wait till Noah Gray motions, because this motions everything out of the box. So when you look at this front, the Chiefs saw this when they motioned the first time, when they motioned Noah Gray out and they hit, they had the boot action and they hit Noah Gray on that out route and for a first down. They saw what happened to the box. So as a math person, just someone that can add and subtract, you know that Nick Bosa is going to take himself out of the play, okay? He's already gone. Boom, that's one. If you want to count Hufanga here, okay, go ahead, count him. 2, 3, 4. You don't have to count this guy because you're running away from him. You're running an outside zone to this B gap, okay? To the B gap because you're just going to have Andrew Wiley block him upfield and just run with him so you don't have to worry about him. There's essentially 3 men in the immediate box that you have to worry about. So you double to get in the linebacker's way and it's over. This play goes for a big gain and a touchdown because of the count. You understand that the defense thinks you're going to throw the football out of that same formation, out of the same motion, out of the same movement. And then you hit them with the outside zone to the opposite direction that the defense is. Everyone else is over here. The rest of them is over here. They've all motioned over there. You have these guys over here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if my math is right, that you have to worry about. Yep, just one other guy. Jody Fortson blocked 2 guys for 2 different touchdowns on the outside, and that's everything. Boom, over. It's over. Clyde just has to press it to the outside a little bit, which he did. Pressed it to that outside just a little bit as you see Ward flash. Fortson just gonna hook around. 1 man to beat. Boom. Pushes his arms aside, runs into the end zone. That's the kind of multiplicity that this offense needed from the get-go. One of the things that I had been talking about all offseason was using that dynamic 13 personnel, running different plays, runs, passes, motions, sweeps, and getting McCole Hardman and Travis Kelce out there with Noah Gray and Jody Fortson makes the difference because you have the speed. You have the route running from Travis Kelce. You have the attention from the defense on those 2 guys. You can use Fortson, you can use Gray, and whatever running back you have back there to make things happen. Now, back to more of the game plan for the Chiefs because, again, they knew they would see more man coverage in this game from what the Bills did. They played a lot of man coverage, and the Chiefs had some man beaters, but they weren't able to use all of them. So what the Chiefs are really doing here is they're just going to run a clear out to the left side of the field, and this is essentially going to be a half-field read for Mahomes. You're going to have Juju is going to run this corner route. MVS is running a clear out, okay? He's just running a go ball. If he gets clear, Mahomes hits him. And what I think this is supposed to be, because if you look at the formation, this is a typical sail concept with the clear out, with the corner, and then you have Travis Kelce running, in my opinion, an option route. He's going to come up here a little bit, and then he's going to have a 2-way go. He can go inside, he can go outside. So what I think happens here is you'll see it in slow motion. Not really slow motion, because I can't slow this down. It screws everything up. You'll see it right here. He understands that you've got a linebacker coming in space. You also have a safety coming down. So he can't really go outside if you want to free up Juju Smith-Schuster on this corner route, okay? So instead of coming underneath, if he would have had only one person inside leverage on him, he probably goes out because you can still hit Juju Smith-Schuster. But instead, he comes across the face of the linebacker, understanding you have a player moving from their left to right. You are moving from your left to right. You're going to get him at least ability to get open. Right there, he's open. Fred Warner wasn't able to cover him there. But this is a great job of Mahomes reading it out. They have their safety come down. And Jimmy Ward's playing in the slot right here. So right here, you just kind of waits it out. You essentially have 2 defenders with attention on Travis Kelce. They finally did a really good job of hitting Travis Kelce early in this game, forcing the defense to once again commit to stopping him, putting 2 men on him essentially. And again, you've got some up here too. They doubled him, but essentially it's man coverage underneath with a floater and everything else. You've got man here, you've got man here, and then you have essentially 2 guys here and almost man here. And when you have that much space to work with as a receiver on a safety, you're going to be able to make that play. So a really good job of the Chiefs using corner routes, clear outs, and some options underneath to attack them in the intermediate parts of the field against man coverage. I really liked what I saw from the multiplicity of the offense and being able to attack. Juju Smith-Schuster, not only was he able to complete that, but Mahomes is understanding his strength in attacking the back shoulder throw. You guys, if you didn't see it, go back and watch the Q&A from Monday night where I talked about from the beginning of the get-go how Mahomes attacked Charvarius Ward early in this game on those back shoulder throws to Juju Smith-Schuster. He's learning. They're starting to understand how they can attack against man coverage, and I really liked what I saw. Here's the very last play that we're going to talk about today. This is the deep shot to Marquez Valdes-Scantling. It is a deep developing play, okay? That's just what it is. They needed to give Mahomes a little bit more time to get this off on 3rd and 11, I think it was. But you're going to see why they wanted to attack Charvarius Ward. So we'll just kind of wait for this to give me a little bit more time to see everything here. The 49ers are going to be in what is most likely cover 4. So you've got safeties here, and then Charvarius will eventually be, out here. Now, what this does for your outside corners when you're in this cover 4 situation, if you have the receiver continuing up the field, your job is to essentially play man coverage and go with him, because with this quarter coverage, this is all your area anyway, so it's almost like you're in man. If they come across your face, you let them go to the underneath players, okay? So you're going to have some guys drop here. You just let them go there, and you keep getting into your area. So the safety here, number 31, who's supposed to be in the second half quarter, also comes down with guys coming across his face, okay? And with Travis, who's going to come here and block first and then release, it makes the safety's job easier for this outside play when Juju comes across the face to just kind of take him out, all right? And the Chiefs on the opposite side are running just two receivers on this side, and they have MVS, who's running a go ball. And Hardman's just going to run a post to the safety. What this does is it occupies that quarter half, this quarter safety here, so he can't recover outside. When you have those breakers coming over, the attention's drawn from the safety to that receiver, and it creates big plays down the field because you're allowed to give Mahomes a little bit more time here. They did a good job setting it up. And again, execution. You're going to see MVS give just a little bit of an outside move because, again, they have been killing the 49ers on corners and out breaking routes all day. So just watch him right here. Step out. Lean out a little bit. And you see he froze Charvarius Ward because he needs to get moving towards outward and inward breaking routes before the receiver does, or he's going to get beat on those routes. Instead, you freeze them. You get the throw down the field. And again, there's a Hardman occupying that safety. But we see it. You can't rotate out this far enough. This safety comes down on the in-breaker from Juju, and it's a big play. They did such a good job executing and manipulating this defense. I can't say it enough. And again, I know that they want to get this touchdown next time. And it's funny enough that Patrick after the game said, I missed you on that first one in Indy, so I've been underthrown the last couple of them, which he did. But watch how they did the right side of the field, okay? Or the right side of the formation. They're also going to have Jerick McKinnon release the outside, but they're going to fake like he's going to chip him. He's going to run at him right there, so he goes inside. And finally, we don't have the gigantic overset from Andrew Wiley, who expected this duck through, and he just cleans him. Just cleans him up. They couldn't get back to Drake Jackson coming around. Didn't matter. Hits him downfield. Great job. Everybody, the execution factor. I just like watching the deep shot again. It's so much fun. Really great job from everybody on these using the intermediate and short parts of the field and those kinds of plays to set up the big plays down the field. And that's what we really thought we were going to get. When you start to see safeties creep up because you're hitting them over the middle of the field with in-breakers, against man coverage, with out routes, with corner routes, they have to start playing a little bit more shallow to account for that. And when you can play games with Nick Bosa up front and get him thinking that he's going to get chipped, come back inside, you can give that half second more to allow MVS to burn Charvarius Ward down the field for what should have been, a touchdown. It gets underthrown, but it's still a 57-yard completion on 3rd down. So great. I love watching this game over and over on the offensive side. They did such a good job of, really after the interception, which did help set everything up because they continued to pepper those underneath throws. They brought those safeties down, understanding that the safeties were playing a little bit more shallow on those in-breakers and those high lows that the Chiefs were setting up all game. Did such a good job. So yeah, hats off to the coaching staff, Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid, Matt Nagy, and everyone just executing this great game plan from the interception and on, because that's really what they did. It's such a great adaptation of the offense, using more 13 personnel and manipulating the defense and the aggressiveness of the defense. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and really just go back, watch some of the videos from the previous weeks and see how the offense has kind of changed. Like last week, we talked about how the offense also failed in their protections. If you watch this game, they didn't really do that. So go back and watch the film room from last week and see how the protections changed, how they used 13 personnel in this game, and kind of compare and contrast. I think that would be a lot of fun for a lot of people to compare last week's offense to this week's offense. And the film room from last week does give you a little bit of insight because they also used some of those deep shots in that game. They just weren't able to get them. So again, please make sure you do that. Check out last week's film room. And again, we're going to have more film this week. We're probably going to do another Harm's Way. We're going to have some more defensive film too. If you guys follow me on Twitter at @HarmsWay19, you'll see all those. And don't forget, we're going to continue to have content throughout the bye week. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.